Good morning. Let's talk about Medicare Part A and how it all works and what it is and why it can be so confusing. So let's talk about it. Medicare Part A is going to be your hospital insurance. It is free for most people, but you can pay for it depending on how your work credits go and how long you've been in this country. So, when you have gotten paid in the past when you were working, you would pay into Medicare tax or FICA tax. That would be how you were paying for your Part A as an Apple hospital insurance. If you have not worked 10 years or 40 quarters because maybe you didn't work long enough or you're new to this country, whatever the situation is, and you don't have those 10 years or 40 quarters that do not have to be consecutive either. You could have worked, 3 or 4 years here, taken a break, gone and worked 4 or 5 years, and as long as you have 10 years or 40 quarters. Then, if you don't, you can pay for it. It's this year in 2025, it is $518 per month. Let me just tell you, all the numbers that I'm going to give you today reset January 1st and are going to be different. What they are going to be in 2026, we don't know yet. We'll find out October, November, somewhere around there when they release them, when the Center of Medicare and Medicaid Services, also known as CMS, releases them. All right, so let's get into hospital insurance. What is it? It will cover you when you are admitted into a semi-private room, general nursing care, drugs involved for your treatment and procedures, and a few other things. What it does not cover is private rooms. It does not cover your toiletries and socks, telephones, TVs, and things like that. So there are some things that it doesn't cover. What are the co-insurances? It is free for you to have the insurance, but you do have co-insurances and deductibles. So let's kind of talk about that. All right. So days 1 through 60 is going to cost you $1,676. Yes, it is. And that's whether you are in there for 1 day, 20 days, 30 days, 60 days. All right. It is a 90-day benefit period, meaning if you have a heart attack and you come out of the hospital and then you go back in before the 90 days, you will be covered. If you have a heart attack and then you come out and you're doing your living life and stuff, and then 8 months down the road you have another heart attack, you will pay that $1,676 again because it's a new benefit period. All right. Now, days 61 through 90 are going to cost you $419 per day. That is on top of the 1676. So if you're in there for 60 days, you're going to get a bill for 1676, and then if you're in there for another 10 days, you'll get a bill for an extra 10 days billed at $419 per day. Okay. Now, if you are in the hospital for longer than 90 days, and I'm talking about 91 through 150, there's a few things about this. First of all, those days are going to be $838 per day, and those are your lifetime reserves, meaning if you use any of the days between 91 and 150, once you've used them, you lose them, okay? The days that are 1 through 90 reset all the time, but 91 through 150 are reserves, meaning if you use them, you lose them. All right, so what else is covered under Part A of Medicare? Skilled nursing. There is a difference between skilled nursing and nursing homes, okay? And I get this question quite a lot and have a lot of conversations about it. Nursing homes are where you go to live because you can't take care of yourself anymore, and it's going to be long term, meaning that you're probably going to stay there for the rest of your life, okay? You get help with everything, your meals, dressing, bathing, eating, your doctors, everything that's done there. Skilled nursing, on the other hand, is what Medicare covers. They do not pay for long-term care or nursing homes, okay? They will pay for skilled nursing, and that has to be ordered by your doctor with a prescription. And it's usually for somebody who has had maybe a stroke or broke a hip or whatever, and they need extra help. They're too well to stay in the hospital, but you need to go get a little extra help, maybe eating, dressing, learning to walk again or talk. And it's temporary, right? You will heal up and you will go home, kind of thing. Okay. So skilled nursing, the first 20 days is going to be $0. Okay, and so then days 21 through 100 are going to be $209.50 per day. Okay, after the 100th day, if you're in 101, then it is going to be your responsibility and whatever the facility is charging. Okay, now again, I want to stress that nursing home and skilled nursing are completely different. Medicare does not pay for long-term care. All right. Hospice is covered as $0, but just remember, if you're in hospice and you need medication for something that you're not being treated for, then that is not covered. If you are seeing doctors for something that you're not in hospice for, that is not covered. So if you are in hospice and you're, we all know what hospice is for, and that is what you're there for, then it is covered, okay? And then hospice will cover you either in hospice or hospice at home. All right, if you have any questions about Medicare Part A, let me know. Put them in the comments and we'll discuss them. But remember, all of the numbers I gave you today are going to change for 2026. So, it doesn't get cheaper, unfortunately. Message me or put in the comments and we'll talk about it. We do not get political here, so I will not engage in anybody's political nonsense in the comments. You will get blocked and deleted, so please don't put anything like that. And I'm not going to debate anybody on what is better, a Medicare supplement, also known as a Medigap, or a Medicare Advantage, also known as a Part C. We will do a video about that, but I'm going to go through original Medicare first. So today is Part A. I will put a Part B up in a couple days, a Part D as in dog, and then we'll talk about Part C, also known as Medicare Advantage, and then we'll talk about Medicare supplements, also known as Medigap. Have a great day.